Hello and welcome to the channel.
How you do?
So for today's adventure we're off to Etherow Country Park, which is a small country park in Compstal near Marple in Stockport. What do you think we're going to see when we're there, Dad?
I'll definitely see jays, great spotted woodpeckers, spotted, it's a new one, and then your all usual little songbirds. You get nuthatches, blue tits, great tits, coal tits, long-tailed tits as well. They're about at the moment. So yeah, plenty to see.
So the plan really is that we'll go to Etherow Country Park, walk right the way through to the back of it, and there is a small bird hide at the back. And there is a group of people, volunteers, that keep all the feed station up and filled with feed just around the bird hide. And we'll plonk ourselves in there and we'll look to try and get some photographs of some birds as they come on the feeders. But you take plenty of feed with us anyway, won't you?
Yeah, I normally take a big bag of peanuts and some wild bird feed as well. But the peanuts are mainly to draw the jays down. Because with them being ground feeders, there's nothing on the floor. All the feeders that the volunteers put up are up on off the ground. So I put lots of peanuts down on the floor, and that brings the jays down every single time without fail.
And so while we're waiting for the jays, as my dad said, we'll be focusing on the small songbirds, and we'll be attaching some small branches that we find around there, some little twigs that will provide perches onto the unnatural perches, so that we've got some good opportunities for photographs. And we use cable ties, and we cable tie them to the unnatural perches and then remove them all after we've been there. So that's the plan. We'll make our way there now, and we'll see what we can find.
Yeah, super.
We're in my dad's van and we're off to Compstal, to Etherow Country Park, on another little photographic adventure.
Yeah, they'll land on the branches around, checking it all out. And providing the squirrels don't come, they'll come down onto the ground and feed. And I've got a perfect little area where the sun comes through and just lights them up beautifully when we're photographing them. Super.
There's a lot of debate around putting out bait for birds, for taking photographs. Some people are dead against it, some people think it's the way forward. And the way that we think of it really is that most people put nuts and seeds and suet balls and things like that out in the garden, particularly through the winter when all these small birds are really quite struggling to find enough food. So I don't think it's any different, and as long as the places that you're going to are regularly putting out food, so it's not a case of you introducing food for a period of time and then taking it away and taking away that source that the birds are looking for, I don't think there's any problem at all. Not what you think of it.
I quite agree, 100%. I mean, these birds, they're obviously desperate for food, and they're coming down, and all we're doing is supplementing them. And it's a regular spot, regular food. They know it's there. Don't see any problem with it whatsoever.
This is the hide, and as you can see, the feeding setup that's been done by the people who look after this place. So at the hide, my dad's going to just put some peanuts out and things, so I'll talk you through the setup and what it is we're trying to achieve. So we have just the end of the hide open here. You can hear that all the birds and everything are above us, they're ready to go. So there's a little post here, and my dad's just going to use some cable ties and cable tie a twig to it, so we've got a natural perch rather than an unnatural one. So we've cable tied a little branch on, and we've tried to choose a branch that's got like lichen on it and stuff to try and make it look pleasing.
I will remove this before we go. I don't like to leave any plastic around.
Yeah, so that'll all be taken away. There's obviously a feed tray there, and we've got a rope up here with some suet balls in it and a suet cage, and we've got some more here, and there's some ropes on that. And then just here we've got a little hollow, and we've kind of cultivated it by removing the grass in the middle but leaving the grass on the outside, and you can see the light coming in on that area now. So we'll sprinkle peanuts in the middle, and hopefully the jays will come down, and we'll get some photographs of the jay in the light and this beautiful sunlight. And then we've got the River Etherow just to the side of us there, and then back towards the light, beautiful light, and one of the lakes. I think it's called the Keg. Tilt it back. Just sent my dad out to fill up all the perches. As he's coming back, the birds are already in place. Had jays come over at a range on the other side of the river. Had a sparrowhawk come through, and lots of songbirds. So we'll go back to taking some pictures. So with two perches set up, one at the range there, just zoom in, you can see it's where the big lens is pointing at, and then the second perch just right in front of us here, and that's where I've got my smaller lens pointed at. Just had the spotted woodpecker come in. They're still about as a pair of them, a male and female. So I'll keep putting some pictures up for you now to see, and we'll keep looking.
But patience has definitely paid off. We've sat in the hide for quite a number of hours now, and various species have come in, various people have come in and left again, and we've waited it out, and we've had woodpecker, and then finally the jays have turned up, and we've got some shots of jays on the ground and jays in the branches, which I'll pop up on screen so you can have a look at them. But it's definitely been patience has been the success today, hasn't it, Dad?
Oh, without a doubt. And the jay has just come back.
It has, it's coming in again, so we'll finish this and just see if we can get some more.
Well, we've just got back from going down to Etherow Country Park, and we've had a super day. All the birds that I said we would see, we've seen. However, it did take nearly 3-4 hours of sitting there waiting for the woodpeckers and the jays to come down. They were very shy. There was a lot of people walking about, so I think that frightened them off. Particularly the jays, they're very skittish. But patience paid off.
It does, and I think that's probably the biggest downside to any kind of public hide, is that you've got to accept that people are going to be coming and going all the time, and it's Bank Holiday Monday today, and of course that means that lots of people are out with children and enjoying the country park as they should do, but they come to the bird hide, and every time that you have somebody visit the hide, that the noise of them arriving and then leaving again means that the birds disappear, and you have to wait for them to come back. And birds like jays and woodpeckers, jays in particular, are incredibly skittish and have a really large circle of fear, so it took a long time for them to come down to the peanuts. Unfortunately, by the time they came down, we'd lost the best of the lights.
We had, but as I said to you at the time, I much prefer a dapple light to a bright sunshine. I just think it gives a more pleasing effect, and you certainly don't burn out the whites of the plumage.
Yeah.
So I wasn't too worried about the light, but we did have one other visitor that scared all the birds off.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We had a sparrowhawk, female sparrowhawk, right down through all the trees, and you knew the sparrowhawk had arrived before we'd seen it, because all the small songbirds give off a huge alarm call and just disappeared rapidly, and then we saw the sparrowhawk move through, which was quite a nice surprise.
Oh,
Didn't manage to get anything on film or photograph, but
no.
Just nice to see it.
Oh, it was awesome, absolutely awesome to see a bird like that, and the way it flies through the trees. Wow. Any jet fighter pilot would be proud of how that bird goes through those trees.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, awesome.
So that's it for this episode. If you've enjoyed it, click the like button. If you want to see some more of me and Pops on our photographic adventures, click subscribe, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the future.
See you again.
Ta-da.